You are welcome in class of the biology, the class 10th. In the class 10th biology, we have the chapter that is related to the chapter number that is 16 for the class 10th, the natural resources, management of natural resources. So, management of natural resources. So, resource first and foremost, we should go through the word resource. What is the resource? Resource means that kind of the substances that is natural substances which facilitates our life or makes our life easy or convenient. So this is called the resource. The soil is a resource and the water is a resource and air is the resource. So these are the resources that we will discuss in this chapter and the resources. So in that context, so the soil, water, air are the resource. So how the soil is resource, we have discussed with all things into that particular things. We have discussed these all things. Okay. Now one thing is that we should talk about the what are the resources. The resources are those kind of the substances which facilitates our life. So these are called the resource. And the how the soil is resource, then we can say that the resource are those kind of the living organism and which can facilitate our life. And after that we can say that soil is the reservoir of many minerals like the carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, molybdenum, zinc, these all are. So when we sow the seeds, when they become the new plants, so these new plants that absorb the minerals and that is in the soluble form, that is sent to the leaves, and the leaves make their food by the photosynthesis process, and these manufactured food are delivered or translocated all around the plant body, and ultimately by the respiration process the air, here is the also air, oxygen are taken and the glucose is broken down into presence of the oxygen into carbon dioxide, 6 carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water and 38 ATP energy. So energy is formed. So we can say that soil is the resource. Water, without the mixing of the water into the carbon dioxide by the combination process, photosynthesis process, the glucose will not make. So we can say that the plant makes the food by the process of the photosynthesis with the combination of the carbon dioxide and the water, and the food are made in the plants in the form of the fruits and the bulbs as well as the modified shoot, modified root, and as well the seed, the grains, which ultimately we also take the some plants as a herbaceous plant as a food, as salads. So what we can say that the water is also the main resource. So water also facilitate our life. When we drink the different component of the food, they are completely digested, broken down with the help of the water, and this water also helps the elimination of the waste material which are present in our body, and time to time with the urination and with the human excreta, these are passed away. So what facilitates? The water facilitates for the elimination of the different waste material, as well as we also know that water is present into our each and every cell. So vital function of the cell are performed. Living status of the cell is considered when there is the proper amount of the water in the cell. So and after that air we have also discussed. But nowadays what is happening, our abiotic resources, abiotic resource and abiotic resource are those resources which are non-living. So non-living, and in the previous chapter we have read that there are two components of the environment, a biotic component and the biotic component, when these all biotic components are related to each other, interdependent upon one another. So the environment we have in our chapter, in our environment we have discussed that these are in the balance situation. But when there are the human activities, the disposal of the garbage are not done in a proper way, water is being polluted by the different pollutants, the liquid and the solid pollutants, then water is unfit for drinking. So what happens, we are not managing the resources of the water, and we suffer from different waterborne diseases. The soil, when the different pesticide and weedicides, these are sprayed over our soil, then soil becomes the infertile, the nature of the soil is completely upset. So we can say that we need to manage the resources, our abiotic resources. The third number is the air. Air is also abiotic resources. We are all human beings, they need the oxygen, air, in which there are different components. The composition of air, we can see that nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, other gases are in the 1%. So when the air, the percentage of these, all the composition of air are imbalanced at its the proper percentage, then it has no harm. But when the percentage, they are altered, 21% oxygen and nitrogen is the 78%, when their percentage and other gas is the 1%. When their amount of the percentage will alter or the change, it will create the problem for the human existence, for the animals too, plants too. So we can see that the management of these resources are needed at a very, very urgent basis. Otherwise, it will be the great problem for the existence of the human being. Not only human being, for the different animals as well as the plants too. So when we see the pages of NCERT, when you will go through the book of that NCERT, you can see that we have the rivers, Ganga rivers, Brahmaputra rivers, so Yamuna rivers. These all rivers, they are following through their way, and the many cities and the towns are situated on the bank of these rivers, and these in the primary stage, the water of the rivers, that was the lifeline for the people when the civilization grew. But nowadays, what happens, due to the burden of the population, the different pollutants, gaseous pollutants, the solid pollutants, these are released into the river, whether Ganga, Brahmaputra, or as well as the Yamuna river, or different rivulets which are present in our India. So like the Hooghly, the Kanpur, the Patna, Haridwar, Mathura, so all the cities, as for example, these are situated on the bank of river, and the different the waste material through the drainage system, these are discharged into the water bodies, and there are many aquatic animals as well as the different livestock, cattle, which go to drink the water. So poisonous substances that enters through their drinking, and as a result they are suffer from the waterborne disease. And as we know that the permissible amount is of the different toxic material are crossing to the limits, and so this is creating a lot of problem. So the different plans are being made by the India. So the Ganga Action Plan that has been started in 1985. So in that Ganga Action Plan, that how the Ganga, river Ganga can be purified, its water can be purified, and there should not be any threat for the water. So only for that one, the time to time different projects are being carried out, but even now it is creating a lot of problems, and the water is becoming polluted. So we can say that the different resources must be utilized in the proper way, and their a management must be done, otherwise that will be the great threat and the peril for the existence of the living organisms and the plants too. So what can we do? We should follow the reduce, recycle and the reuse. The reduce means that what are the resources that is present among us that must be used in a little amount at a judicious way, not exploit more. So it will reduction will help the different resources in a proper way. And after that recycling process, this means that as for example, whatever we have the resources, it must be collected after the use and it should be sent to the factory for the recycling. Again recycling that would come, so it will relieve the burden of the different resources. And the reuse means that which are the resources which are the old and we have consumed that one, so we should also reuse into the another purpose. As for example, we have the water bottles and the different cans when we use, and after that we can make it the dustbin and recycling bin for our purpose, so it will reduce the burden of that one. Thank you. For this next day we will start the forest and the wildlife and why do we need to manage our resources. So these are the possible questions we will discuss in the next video. Okay, thank you for this.